6 people have resigned from Donald Trump's special HIV/AIDS advisory council because they say Trump just doesn't care about it. On Saturday, 6 of the 21 council members wrote resignation letters, which were published in Newsweek. And the letter said, quote, "As advocates for people living with HIV, we have dedicated our lives to combating this disease and no longer feel we can do so effectively within the confines of an advisory body to a president who simply does not care. The Trump administration has no strategy to address the ongoing HIV/AIDS epidemic, seeks zero input from experts to formulate HIV policy, and, most concerningly, pushes legislation that will harm people living with HIV and halt or reverse important gains made in the fight against this disease." Wait a second. Trump refusing to take advice from experts? That's so hard for me to believe, right? This is a White House committee which was established 22 years ago under President Bill Clinton. It consists of top medical experts, public health officials, people living with HIV and AIDS. Those don't sound like people Donald Trump takes advice from. If only they had Fox News shows or some predatory business, then maybe Trump would be listening to them all of a sudden. But again, the problem seems to be Trump just doesn't care. Trump doesn't care about this stuff.
I mean, I know when you're president, there's so many departments and fields that you have to, focus your interest on.
Yeah.
But, it would help your case if you weren't watching 6 hours of television every day and that if you had a staff to delegate responsibility out to.
And playing more than a round of golf every single week. Lucy Bradley Springer is a member of the council, one of the 6 members who quit, and she teaches at the University of Denver Medical School and is a specialist in infectious diseases. And she said about this, quote, "After the inauguration and after I saw how this administration is going after so many things that make a difference in HIV, I just felt like I can't be on that council and say I was working for the current administration." Something else that's interesting, just compare the websites of Donald Trump's HIV/AIDS council with that of President Barack Obama. Here's the website, and this is a visual thing. This was the website of the Office of National AIDS Policy under Barack Obama. Videos of President Obama actually talking about the issue. They had a blog, staff biographies, mission statements, actual material, right? Here is Donald Trump's version of the Office of National AIDS Policy. Basically, the entire website has been removed, and apparently it wasn't important enough to put together a new, even basic website. People are embarrassed to work for Donald Trump. This can't be the only government office where morale has been affected by Donald Trump. We've talked about the Park Service. We've talked about so many of these. This is a presidency that in its 5 months and 2 days so far has been a disaster, not only directly, but there's probably some larger domino effect where government workers are feeling beaten and disillusioned because their jobs are being made both more difficult and also sort of written off as not important implicitly by this administration.
Well, I just think that because HIV and AIDS was more of a prevalent issue back in the 80s, people think that it's entirely solved, but that's not
True.
the case when you have over 1 million people that are HIV positive in the country.
And there's a lot of clueless people. If you look at some of the articles about this, there's right-wingers in the comments online saying, oh, but these scientists are the problem, because if they really care about AIDS, why would they quit? They don't care about HIV/AIDS because they quit their posts. They're quitting to maybe go work on this issue elsewhere, aren't they? I think it's really weird to say it's the scientists who don't care because they're quitting.
Yeah, their work would be better done somewhere else, I guess, outside of the administration.
Very, very strange criticism.